Good evening. Good evening. If you are joining me, I am now live and drawing from the UK. I can see instantly that Frank is in the chat. Thank you very much for the congrats. Yes, I think I got up to 507 today. So everybody knows who's watching. I am Comic Book Black Belt. I'm Russ Leach, Comic Book Black Belt, and this is a live stream of me drawing penciled pages for Only Death Can Save Us. You can see that up on the screen at the moment. That's my new book, and it will be out hopefully in October, November this year. I will be starting the Indiegogo campaign for it on September 1st or thereabouts, and the pre-launch page is up at the moment, so you can go find that on Indiegogo. The links will be in the description. You can also find those links at Only Death Can Save Us, russleach.com and comicbookblackbelt.com. And talking of subscriptions, I have passed the 500, and for that I will be sending out to comic. Was it comic? I can't remember the bloody name now. I'm rubbish at these things. Where's my Twitter? It was the guy's name's Chad. Hi Chad, thanks very much for subscribing. And it was MF Comic Con on Twitter, who are Comic Corpse on YouTube. Thank you very much for subscribing, you guys. You guys are going to get this book, okay, which I'm very, very, very proud of. Okay, it's got artwork. It's very, very nice. A great book from Unstoppable Comics. When I say great, I'm talking about the writing. I'm obviously not bigging myself up, although I was very pleased with the artwork on this. It's got great colors by Mike Summers, and I will be sending that out to you guys. Thank you very much. And Frank, thanks for being here, Frank. And because you just kept pushing, I thought, damn it, I'm going to send something out to you. So this is a book that is an anthology book. It's the only published anthology that I'm actually in, and it's got some really cool stories in it, actually. And this was done, I think, about 6 years ago now, maybe 7. It's probably a date in the front. Marcosia. I did the cover B for this. And it's 2013, 7 years ago. So it was my first time in a mainstream printed book, if you can call Marcosia mainstream. And I did a couple of stories in this that, looking back, they're not too bad. They're very much my style of the time. I've moved on since then, but pretty good. It's actually a great read and a really good book, and I'll be sending that out to you, Frank. That's Salazar Art Nation, for those people who are looking at the chat. So enough of that. Let me get on. What I'm going to do is finish off or attempt to finish off a page that I've been working on today. This is the first color pages of the book itself. You can pick up an 8-page plus cover preview at the website Only Death Can Save Us while you're signing up there for my email list or signing up over at Indiegogo. So this is page 33. There's a big fight going on, and the whole thing is a chase scene. And as you can see at the bottom there, Death is, or D, as Chrissy likes to call him, you'll find out when you read the book, is concerned for her safety. But this top panel is where he's basically had enough, and he uses his scythe to just dispense with the crowd of demons that he's beaten up on. At this moment in time, you can see the biggest one there getting a bit of a pasting in his teeth coming out. So I'm going to finish off the pencils on this part, and then I might go on to some other stuff before we finish up. So getting to the right size. I work at that 55% screen size on Clip Studio because it pretty closely mimics the size of an A3 sheet that I would work on traditionally. And it means that you don't go too detailed with your work, which can be an issue with digital because you can zoom in too much. What I tend to do is on the very small figures or on the smaller faces, which is most of the faces, to be honest, I'll zoom in another 10% just so that I could be, and that's mainly down to the fact that the pencil doesn't react quite the same digitally as it does when I'm doing it traditionally. So it's okay to do that because in a real situation, in a traditional situation, out in reality, you'd get closer to the page and you'd peer in a bit and you'd use smaller strokes quite naturally. But it's just the way that pencils work digitally. It just doesn't lend itself to do that as well. I think it's probably something to do with the screen resolution. Just doesn't quite work. So you have to zoom in just a little bit, but you have to be really careful not to do that too much because otherwise you end up just obsessing over detail. I mean, okay, if that's what you want to do, then great, detail away. But that's not what I'm after in my style and in my work. I'm after an economy of line, and I don't want to add too much into it. I suppose I'm trying to find like as pure a style according to my opinions and to my brain, not necessarily to everyone else, but as pure a style as I can possibly create. And that does mean that you don't go too detailed. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Marv. Bloody hell, Bianca fights the zombies. I am... Oh, wow. I am privileged. I do enjoy listening to Bianca because he's so fucking irreverent and on point with so many things. I don't always agree with everybody that I listen to, but damn it, I do enjoy listening to Bianca. Makes me laugh. Thank you very much for joining us, Bianca. For those of you that are late, I showed the 2 books that I'm giving away because I got up to 500 subs. It's not a lot of subs. It's just a small channel, but it's my channel. So the other thing I tend to do is, because I'm inking for myself, I won't be putting all the the detail in, I'll just throw in a little bit to remind me that I'm going to be putting these scales in ink. And I'll put them in later. I won't be putting all those in, that's for sure. So this whole tunic will when inked will be completely like that kind of fish scale chainmail kind of thing. I thought I'd do a later one tonight, so I could maybe entice some of our friends from across the pond. It worked because Bianca came in to say hello. Still there. And Peter. Oh, thank you, Peter, for coming. And yeah, 507. Who would have thought, eh? Just for those people that are watching on replay. There you go. There's Peter, 507. Aloha to Bianca. Oh, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about commenting. Just the fact that you're here and watching. Nice. So 506, yeah, so you got updated there. Pencils down, not at all. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Got to have some music in the background. That's BB Black Dog in the background. They're a steampunk rock band. I don't know why I'm laughing while I'm saying that. But they are pretty good, actually. I haven't had a chance to go and see them live yet. But the guys are great. And I can't get struck for it because they know I've got it on. Now, what I'm going to do is, some people might consider this cheating, but I'm going to do it because it just makes life easier if I do this. So I'm going to cut and paste this. Just saves me getting the other tool out. Works for me. I know it's cheating. I drew it, so it's fine. Silly things like that show the advantages of creating digitally. As I keep saying to people, don't run to the tools straight away. Think about what you're doing. Don't just dive in and think the tool is going to draw it for you. So when I talk about tools, I talk about software, pencils, papers, whatever it is. You don't think that that your pencil and your paper and your ruler is going to draw your work for you. Don't think that a program is going to do it. Think about it. But certainly those kind of tools are just so useful. And they just speed up the job. But much like using things like layers, it's just an extension of the real world. Just imagine if you could do that on a piece of paper. It would have saved so much time. So turn it around again so I can see what's going on. So what I'm doing is I'm going for the whole book. I'm going with a sort of a Bronze Age grid. So there's a lot of 6 panels. But what I'm trying to do is to break it up. Is to do quite a few pop outs, but just one aspect on a page and not too much of it, because then the eye just gets used to it and it doesn't become useful anymore. So here we go. So that's the big guy done. I'll be putting straight lines on there as well. And what I've done is left room up here above the action from D for sound effects. There's not an awful lot of text going on that panel. There's more text on the bottom panel. You can see I've left certain areas for that. There's a blank area at the top, above with a fire, and over in the top right-hand corner, there's options to put text boxes. Yeah, Pete. Yeah, do it. Everybody, share out that stream. Sketch while we listen to me banging on about rubbish. Yeah. Question: How do you feel about including some dramatic silhouettes on a comic page? I think drama is the word. It's like if you're increasing that drama. I think I might have something up here actually. This is only the sketch. So we switch from this scene to so after Death's dealt with them, he's running down the street to get to D. She's in the lab. There's the portal still going in the lab. You'll find out more when you read it. But again, there's quite an extreme of light and dark, so there's lots of shadows being thrown off it. So I've used a silhouette there actually to add drama, and there's 2 silhouettes in the same panel actually, the close up and the further away. So yes, silhouettes, definitely. Right, and where I was saying earlier, I would zoom in a little bit closer for smaller figures and smaller faces. That's what I'm doing here. So I've gone in just a little bit closer so that I can get Dee's face and his hands right, and then I'll zoom back out again to make sure I'm not doing too much detail. Oh, this is funky. It's my old man doo-doos there. No, that's wrong. Just once again, nothing like looking at your own hands for a little bit of reference. They're there. If you can use them, do so. Right, okay. I'm going to zoom back out again. So like I say, I don't want to be overdoing it with the detail. My memory is god awful. I know this character inside out, and I'm still having to check sometimes what side I'm doing his pads on. Don't like that. Don't like that. That's not right. That's better. So I was thinking that I'm doing these live streams to show what I'm doing. So you'd have to really be interested in the book, or at the very least interested in how an artist puts together his books. I was thinking I needed something a little bit more interesting in the live stream. So I'm wondering maybe whether to, much like Jeff Lafferty does, do like maybe a regular stream, and just, but rather than it be like the one I do with Lucifer, where we like it's all talk, and now we're going to start having guests on. Thank you very much, Peter, for coming on and being our first guest. That was great fun. Thinking maybe just do sort of like a hangout, like Jeff does and like Peter does as well. Just chill and draw, and that way I don't have to think about all the things that have to be said. Because that's why I've got the music on in the background, because I can't do too many things at once. In fact, I'm finding it difficult to do more than one thing at once. So the aim for tonight is to finish this page off. I've managed to secure a couple of wonderful artists. Turn that down, I think. It's my favourite song now. a couple of wonderful artists to do some pin-ups for me. One of them being Mike Emirates. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with D. I think I'll ask him to do just a picture of D actually. But I'm God, it's a bit on the outside. But I'm holding off on giving those artists a brief until I've got more of the story art done, so that they can have a better idea of the characterization. But I'm really looking forward to seeing other people's versions. I need a producer. Damn it, yes I do. Hello, Hex. Can you tell us what's happening in the scene? Yes, I'll tell you what's happening in this scene. For those people who are watching, Hex has asked what's going on in the scene, and I did mention it at the start, but I'll mention it again. What we've got is effectively it's a chase scene. The two protagonists have been split up, and D is on his own. If I just show you the previous page. I don't want to show too much. So as you can see, there's a fight going on, and D is under the cosh from this really big guy, but he's had enough. He's had enough of playing and messing around. So he decides that's it. He's going to take them all out. This small group of demons that he's fighting, take the lot of them out, and that's why the big guy has got teeth missing, and the rest of them are all just being flung around like so much flotsam and jetsam. And I've got space up in the top there for a sound effect, and then he turns to focus on where his partner is, Chrissy, and that she obviously is going to need help because these aren't the only demons that are on the prowl, and our main villain as well is after her. So that's what's happening there. He's kind of like cleaning house at this point. The book is very much, as I said, sort of that sort of Bronze Age hero's journey, lots of cosmic inferences, and a big punch up, because we all love a big punch up with lots of powerful images. But at the same time, I'm building a world with it. There's a whole backstory to all of these characters, and there's a twist at the end. Ugh. Am I back? Can you see me? Ah, thank you. Thanks, Hex. Well, my bloody internet. And maybe it's because I live in the UK. I don't know. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. I hope I wasn't away too long. I thought I'd fixed it. Just constant pain in the arse, playing about with routers and IP addresses and crap. But I'm back, so that's that. That's yeah, like that's all gone as well. All right, it's back. Okay, right, back to it. See if I can finish this off before I crash again. That's my earlier version. Right. So, Hex, did you get all that before I was cut off? All right, so I'm getting really close to the end now as well, because there we go. I think I may have to change that because I want that sweep. That sweep. So it's again using some of these tools just to get a nice smooth line there. And I wouldn't normally do this for pencils. I'd only do it for inks. But because I'm looking to get that smooth womp of a line, that's what I'm after. I think I'll go for on the other side of that. Turn it off now. Okay, right. I'm pretty much there. And then I'll go for the again, I won't be filling all these in with pencil, but these would all go in from, there would be the power lines. So if I do another, so something that Mr. Sinnott, who was a bloody genius, would use these power lines. He was a master at them, and I absolutely loved them. And as an artist, they're a great tool, because you want to put in good backgrounds to your work, but that doesn't mean you have to put in backgrounds all the time. And sometimes you just want to convey energy rather than full on, environment. And power lines are they're just the best. So I just clean them up for my own personal use. What am I doing? Because they don't need to be in there. They're just a guide for when I do the inks. I think this may well be one of the pages I do a mixture of digital and traditional, because I'm going to be using some of them as tiers for the campaign. And I think this will probably be one of those pages that gets some real ink on it. There we go. I think that's about it. Sweet. Cheers. Where are we? Great, everyone. 4 pages to enjoy my comic and then cards. Oh, really, Marv? Blimey. Excellent. "22 pages of gorgeousness, no doubt." Yes, indeed, I am sending you that book. So once again, for those people that will be watching on replay, I got to 500, so I'll be sending that out to Chad. Okay, who is on YouTube, Comic Corpse, and MF Comic Con on Twitter. So thank you very much. You'll be receiving this, and Frank Salazar, Art Nation. Just because he bugged me enough doesn't mean it's going to work every time. I'm going to send this out to you. Okay, and this is the first book I was published in for a mainstream company, which would be Marcosio. They're kind of mainstream, certainly more mainstream than the other independents I was working for at the time. And there's 2 of my early stories in there. I have your address. I will be sending that out to you next week. As I'm a bit incommunicado this week. My wife is in hospital. She'll be back at the end of this week. She's fine, no problem at all. It's all good. And the last 2 weeks I've been in lockdown. I've been in quarantine because she was going into hospital. So it was all a bit mad. Yeah, no problem at all. So that's what we got going on. I'm quite pleased with that. I think that looks nice. That guy looks like he's really been whomped off his feet. His shoulders are up in the air. That's good fun to draw. I'll get the sound effect on that and get some ink on it. So that's it for me for tonight, I think, just in case the internet goes again. I'm doing these sort of like half an hour, 45 minutes at a time. When I get to inking, probably what I'll start doing is I'll start doing a panel. So I'll just like ink a panel, and then have those as short short interludes from the book. But I just hate having to rely on the internet not going down. I don't know what it is. I think it must be something to do with my router. But there you go. That's all technical issues, and it's very, very dull and boring. So thanks, everyone, for being with me. Cheers, Pete. Thanks very much, everyone, for being with me for this live stream of me finishing off a penciled page for Only Death Can Save Us. You can find Only Death Can Save Us at onlydeathcansaveus.com. And you can also find it now on a pre-launch page on Indiegogo, and you can sign up there. Please do. If you're watching this on the replay, sign up or subscribe to the channel as well. That would be really good. If you're already subscribed, here's the usual. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a huge amount to me that you subscribe and that people come on and listen to me talk about art and comic book art, but also, you know, interest in my work and what have you. That's great. Like I say, you can find out more about the book at onlydeathcansaveus.com, and over at the Indiegogo pre-launch page, you can also find out more about me and my work at russleach.com, at comicbookblackbelt.com. You can find me on the Twitter, you can find me on the Fleecebook, and you can find me on Instagram, and come over and give me a shout, and I'll chat to you, but only about comics. I don't want to know about anything else. I'm just into comic book art. That's all I'm here for. Everything else is off limits as far as I'm concerned. I just want to have fun and make comics, and hopefully make comics that you guys enjoy as well. Thanks to everybody who's been in the chat. Frank, Mario, Hex, thank you. Ronnie, Peter, superb. Got a quick visit from Bianca. Thank you for jumping in. That was very nice to see you there as well. And I'll be back with another video again real soon. Thanks, everybody. See you again. Bye-bye.